Nama Aparada chapter. On the last session, the root of all offenses, that is to be inattentive while chanting the holy name. We saw audasinya, indifference, lack of attraction, and yesterday we learned about laziness, jadhya, and today we will learn what's the third reason for our inattentive chanting, which is distraction, vikshepa. Let me start reading. Distraction produces illusion, the cause of all other forms of inattentive chanting, like laziness, apathy, or the lack of attraction. It also engenders various other offenses and impairs one from overcoming the attraction for wealth, women, men, position, and material success, as well as the propensity of cheating. To be absorbed in these items of attachment results in distraction. One cannot concentrate on anything else. While chanting, maybe we can just reduce little volume, if you don't mind, just little low, maybe 2 points. To be absorbed in these items of attachment results in distraction. One cannot concentrate on anything else. While chanting, the holy name will not really be heard. The attention is rather caught by worldly topics. The mind can only concentrate on one item at the same time. Uh, in order to avoid distraction and thus rectify this offense, one should follow the rules of Vaishnava etiquette. This means, for example, to stop thinking of eating on Ekadasi, on appearance days, and other important festivals, and instead to chant the whole day and night in the association of Vaishnavas. Such Krishna conscious festivals offer the devotee the best opportunity to chant the holy name more than usual and to become fully absorbed in kirtan as well as in japa. Um, I'll read one more paragraph here because this is a little lengthier. During one of our sojourns in Vrindavan, we strictly observed the Ekadashi Vrata. We chanted more than 64 rounds, fasted even from water, and completely absorbed in Shravanam and Kirtanam. By fasting just once on Ekadashi in this way, and chanting, reading, and spending the night with bhajans and discussions about Krishna, one is removed, one is removed 2000 light years away from the material world. Mm. By fasting just once on Ekadashi in this way, and chanting, reading, and spending the night with bhajan and discussions about Krishna, one is removed 2000 light years away from material world. That's a lot. It is an incredible experience which opens a completely new spiritual realm. Of course, this way this way to observe Ekadashi can only be arranged when no strenuous service has to be performed on that day. Yeah, there are one, two, three, four. There are quite a bit of paragraphs here to read, but I'll just pause here and see if there is any discussion. Oh, one point. Let me read one more paragraph. By conducting one's spiritual life in this such way, one becomes happy, engages in devotional activities, and hears from the scriptures in the association of the servants of the Lord, preferably at a holy place or in the temple. Gradually, bhakti will increase and the mind will rejoice upon hearing topics about Lord Krishna. The taste for lower material subjects will vanish and the heart will avoid the offense of distraction. If one is distracted, he should pray for Krishna's mercy. Compassionate Krishna will help such a devotee without doubt. Let me continue. What is the proper attitude to avoid distraction? One should give up the desire to increase the number of one should give up the desire to increase the number of rounds for the mere sake of respect and honor, and instead concentrate on the number of rounds which one can actually chant. In other words, one should concentrate on improving the quality of the chanting rather than on a great quantity of rounds for prestige. This is a beautiful point, important point. We should have a goal in our life that we want to chant 16 rounds. But also Maharaj is saying here that just to get some respect or attention, we don't want to increase number of rounds. We have to make sure we have quality in our chanting than the quantity. But this has to also be understood very clearly that we should not be sitting on let me perfect my one round, which may take even 10 years. So that means what? You have to chant 16 rounds, multiplied by 10, 160 years. We are not going to live here, right? So we have to fasten our process also. So we have to balance it between increasing chanting as well as trying to concentrate on our chanting as we are chanting. So please understand the message here very clearly. Otherwise, definitely no one can get initiated. If that is what if anyone is thinking in their mind, let me cry out, let me see tears coming out of my eyes, let my hair stand on my end, let me roll on the ground. That means my first round of chanting is very good. Then I can increase to the second round. Please, that's not going to happen. So Maharaj is just giving an advice as you can chant with concentration. Don't have this idea of simply for the sake of chanting many rounds. Don't do that one. But as we take shelter of Krishna, Krishna, I want to chant nicely, and Krishna will help us. So we can discuss more on this one if you have any questions. It's 5:22. One should constantly pray to Lord that He may help us to chant distinctly and attentively. If the mind is fully fixed on Krishna, everything is attainable. See, this is a beautiful statement. Please, Krishna, this is a prayer that Maharaj is giving. Please, Krishna, I do not chant well. I cannot concentrate. Today, my rascal mind just refuses to follow me. Please help me. Otherwise, there's no chance at all for such a bad chanter like me. So, this is a prayer that we need to pray to Krishna. Please, Krishna, I do not chant well. I cannot concentrate. Today, my rascal mind just refuses to follow me. Please help me. Otherwise, there is no chance at all for such a bad chanter like me. And there's another quote from Srimad Bhagavatam. O king, there's only translation is here. O king, it is therefore essential that every human being hears about, glorifies, and remembers the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, always and everywhere. Last paragraph. At the end of this session, on the 10 offenses to the chanting of the holy name, I would like to add a song from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It can motivate us in a unique way to intensify our chanting by reminding us that there is no time to lose to improve the chanting of the holy name. And we'll keep that beautiful song for tomorrow. So we completed these offenses. We'll complete tomorrow after reading the um, Bhaktivinoda Thakur song, which is going to help us, as Maharaj said, to intensify our chanting. All right, let's see. There's a few more minutes. Do you have any discussions or questions or some realization? Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Prabhu, in the reading, there was emphasis on staying through the night of the Ekadasi, right? But how important is that, to actually be awake through the night of Ekadasi? If you are not awake through the night of Ekadasi, is it not a complete thing? only fasting will not do the thing. Fasting and chanting the name, chanting, Mahamantra.
But the Ekadashi Vrata procedures are pretty stringent. There are a lot of things that need to be followed. If you want to exactly follow each and every details that given in Ekadashi. So we follow what has been said to us. We fast from certain items that has been given by Prabhupada and then go to sleep. Not Mara, Prabhupada has given more emphasis on services. If you're going to keep awake whole night and you're not going to get up in the morning to attend our programs or Mangalarati, then there's no use of that one doing like that, right? Or if you're thinking that I'll stay whole night, the next day I'm going to sleep, so then that's not use also. It has to continue. Everything service has to continue as it is. So yes, there are a lot of things as per Ekadashi Vrata that one has to do, but we'll just simply follow what has been said by Prabhupada, and that should be good enough.
Sure.
Yeah. But if you can, here's the point. Always adding austerity to what we are practicing is the best way for progress. I have to also tell this one. We had certain standards that's been given. But personally, if you want to increase the austerity of your practices, then definitely one is welcome to do that work. But the only thing is, as we are increasing our austerity, we are doing to ourselves, not necessarily we have to start comparing with others, and that thing will get into our mind, and we start thinking we are the best one who are doing Ekadashi perfectly. Look at other persons, and they are not going to get benefited. So that's not the idea. So if we can increase your austerity in some way, that is good. But even staying at the whole night, it has to be useful night, right? Otherwise, it's not, you know, beneficial. So you have to be throughout night only thinking about Krishna, hearing about Krishna, reading about Krishna, chanting more rounds throughout in the night. That's how we have to. We should not be trying to watch some series or videos and somehow or the other to keep ourselves awake. That's not needed.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Well, if you all want to try one night, we can all join together and a whole night chanting and reading that we can do if you want. Try
Sure.
out that looks.
It falls on weekend, Prabhu. Friday or weekend.
All right, let's not just a thought. That's all. Okay, next.
Sorry, Prabhu, to interrupt you. Yeah, March 9th is weekend, Prabhu. Saturday Ekadasi. We can do that.
Chanter.
Sir, March 10th. March 10th, Prabhu. Oh. Okay, Prabhu. Sorry.
Okay, anything else? As we get closer, we'll talk more on that. You all can do it. I don't know if I'll be here. I'm having some travel plan. It's easy for me from India to be awake because it's your night is my daytime. I can do it. Anyone else? Okay, if there is no other question, we still have 1 minute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, just a quick, Prabhu, because quantity versus quality. Yes, Prabhu, we need to try quality, but at the same time, at least we need to try for 16 rounds of quantity, right, Prabhu?
Yes, correct. We set a goal, you know, I'll start with this many rounds for this many months. I'm going to focus nicely on this many 4 rounds for 4 months, whatever. I'm just throwing out number. And then after that, I'm going to see how things are and then increase to another 2 more rounds. So we have to move on like that. Okay, thank you all very much. Have a wonderful rest of the day, remembering Krishna, and we'll meet again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Krishna will. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.